You may now begin your presentation.
What if you could turn buses into grocery stores, milk cows into cash cows, your simple idea into a groundbreaking success? Would you stop? Would you settle for spending another day standing still, basking in the safety of past success? Or would you leap boldly forward once again, always taking on the biggest challenges in your world to prove what is truly possible?
When you take away the names and majors and on music and flash for our presentation, look at the more than 1,700 Enactus teams around the world and you will find the same thing remains. Exactly what we need, a group of students who believe that entrepreneurial action can change the world.
This year, demonstrating that has defined our mission as a team. We've made new leaps forward in our ambitious long-term projects and launched 5 new projects to continue solving even more problems and closing even more gaps in our community.
Today, we are here to share the story of what happens when students take on the biggest challenges we can find, pushing beyond the perceived limits of our potential to prove what is possible in our world.
Enactus, by definition, is about action. And for Enactus teams everywhere, that action is driven by big goals and big dreams. But all of you in this room also know that when it comes to achieving true impact and real sustainability, method matters.
In 2011, when our team set a goal of running 10 years of projects in the community of Denkani, Kodai, India, we needed a model and method that would take us to true, full impact within that period of time. Today, 6 years and 6 projects later, our first ever Enactus field station continues to stand as a demonstration of what is possible when we work to transform education, health and wellness, economic opportunity, and environmental sustainability within a single community.
When we determined that a lack of classroom space was the reason for over 500 local children being turned away from the opportunity of education, we obtained locally sourced materials, hired local skilled labor, and used our own hands to construct new facilities.
When short-term day labor to earn less than $2 a day was the only option for women in Denkani Kodai to try and feed their families, we started our Cow Bank project, a project which has now to date more than doubled the income of 125 families. We secured contracts to guarantee purchase of milk. We obtained cow insurance for every cow, and we launched new component projects to improve the nutrition and overall health of the cows and their owners. And since our last report to you, 25 new families have been impacted by this successful project.
As we continued launching projects and building financial security and confidence within our target audiences, young women in Denkani Kodai began expressing interest in learning sewing skills and becoming entrepreneurs. So we hired the best tailoring instructor in the region, created a 6-month training course, and launched another micro-lending program with sewing machines instead of cows. This year, we graduated our second class of 11 tailors, now working in the local area and nearby cities to apply their new skills.
Also, this year, we completed a successful pilot of our new beekeeping training program, creating new jobs and opportunities for 10 local men. We provided each of them with a beekeeping kit, which includes a beekeeper suit, a gas can, a queen bee, 15 workers, and a hive. And we will launch our next round of training and kits later this year to further increase the sustainability and scalability of the project.
Now, while these are all strong steps forward for both our new and continuing projects, our team knew from the start that if we could create a model that worked in one community, one day we would need to put it to the test in another. This year, we are leaping forward once again and launching our second Enactus field station.
And for this, we journeyed 350 miles north to the rural village of Chimoldari outside of Hyderabad. This community of 2,000 people have been struggling to live off the land and are eager to become self-sufficient in energy, water, and agriculture. The stories of success in our first field station have traveled far and wide, helping us to secure an investment of $250,000 and 15 acres of land to implement new projects, which started this spring.
Upon completion of our final pre-launch fact-finding trip earlier this spring, we launched our first project, part of a 4-phase plan to achieve full sustainability and to spark new economic growth in the village.
But we had one problem. For the long-term plan to work, we really needed to address energy and economic opportunity at the same time. Based on the similarities in local infrastructure and market conditions to our other fuel station location, starting a new cow bank was the obvious choice to create opportunities for income. But what about energy?
Solar isn't yet cost effective in this area and won't work as part of a micro-lending model like our other projects. So what can we do? It's like the answer is right on the tip of my nose. You can almost smell the solution.
That's right. The same cows we're using to double family income through the sale of milk can also be used to generate power. And there are two ways to do this: by capturing biogas or by generating energy kinetically. And in our Cow Power project, we focus on both.
We'll have an update for you next year when we present the results of our biogas system, which provides electricity as well as natural gas for cooking in individual homes. But we're pleased to announce that this year, we're already working on the installation of our first cow-powered kinetic energy system, capable of powering up to 30 homes at a time.
Our unique model, created with our new project partner, Dr. Diachari, includes improvements on the prototype models you can see in action behind me. Our cows work in teams of 2 to 4, turning a turbine connected to a generator for 4 hours at a time, with 3 shifts working each day to generate power for 12 hours. This process produces 7.4 kilowatts for every hour the generator is running, meaning during the 12 hours that our cows are working, we produce approximately 85 kilowatts off just one turbine. It would take 28 solar panels in peak sun conditions every hour to achieve results like that. But with Cow Power, we are doing exactly that at 10% of the cost.
Whether your goal is to impact the entire world or to start with one community, method matters. With less than 15 years to achieve the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals across the globe, our team's field station model represents the very method needed to achieve them. Every day in Denkani Kodai and Chimoldari, we are witnessing this and the true power of entrepreneurial action.
We build every one of our fuel station projects with sustainability at its core. When opportunity is lacking, we create it and improve the livelihoods of the people we serve. Our team is creating impact that will last beyond this competition, beyond this year, for generations, providing a platform for individuals to leap forward into a brighter and more empowered tomorrow.
This is a vision that's also shared in Riverside, California, where, through a number of new and continuing local projects, our team continues to create new economic opportunity and growth in our community. But among the greatest threats impacting that growth and every community, workforce, and economy are the health challenges faced by the people within them.
Heart disease continues to be the leading cause of death in the United States, each year taking more lives than all forms of cancer combined. Today, we know that heart disease and diabetes, stroke, and more are risk reducible. Today, we know that a small increase in physical activity and even minor changes in nutrition can significantly reduce these risks. So why, after decades of health and nutrition workshops, forming hundreds of new nonprofits, and continuous cycles of grant-funded programs, why is this still a problem? You see, no matter how much you understand the need for and have a desire to make healthy choices and engage in healthy actions, you must have the means to take that action. Education isn't enough on its own. You need to also close the gap when it comes to access.
And for the last 4 years, our team has been doing just that through our social enterprise, Mobile Fresh. Together with our local partner, the Family Service Association, we have been closing food deserts and food insecurities at the source, converting 2 large buses, a shuttle bus, and a van into a fleet of mobile grocery stores. We negotiated with our city government to acquire retiring city buses. We secured contracts with suppliers and local growers to ensure that we could provide the freshest products at wholesale prices. And we planted fresh stops for our vehicles to regularly visit shoppers across one of the largest and fastest growing counties in the United States.
Today, our team has 25 fresh stops in operation, serving an average of 300 households every week. And Mobile Fresh continues to stand as the first model of its kind in the United States to achieve operational sustainability for over a year.
But it wasn't easy getting here. Grantors and donors would tell us that they would love to get involved, but only if we switched to a charity-based model of giving food away. Grocery chains have the capacity to end the existence of food deserts by opening new stores, but they would need bigger margins to make it worth their investment. We continue to make every day a chance to push ourselves.
And this year, we expanded on the success and sustainability of Mobile Fresh with a renewed focus on the success and sustainability of health and wellness in our community as a whole. We went back to the senior centers, community centers, and schools where we first launched our Fresh Stops and targeted the same audiences with new, relevant health education experiences.
This year, our team engaged in neighborhood and city meetings. We hosted the largest network of farmers and food systems professionals in Southern California for a conference on our campus. We went to the source of the county health data reports we built our work on, forming relationships with the county health officials and the epidemiologists who write them. And let me tell you, there is nothing like an autographed copy of the Riverside County Department of Public Health Community Health Assessment Report to get our members ready to act.
We had local government, local residents, and local businesses all on the same page, all with the shared vision of a community that has both the access and education necessary to live healthy, productive lives. This was bigger than even the ambitious goal of ending food deserts.
And so, the Riverside Eating and Living Healthy, or Real Healthy Initiative, was born. This umbrella brand now serves to organize and effectively communicate our multiple health and wellness projects.
Through our Real Healthy initiative this year, in addition to our individual programs, partnerships, and running workshops, holding cooking demonstrations, writing children's books, and more, we have been working on 2 new and significant projects.
First, in direct partnership with the Riverside County Department of Public Health and multiple local health systems, we have fully and officially integrated our Mobile Fresh projects and Real Healthy experiences into the health and wellness strategy for all of Riverside County, beginning with a focus on obtaining and sustaining federally qualified health center status for all of our partner clinics. This status is essential to all local nonprofit clinics in our area, as it is a requirement for the level of Medicare funding and support needed for them to stay operational.
By adding these clinics as Fresh Stops in our Mobile Fresh project and running multiple education-based activities and experiences on site, 3 clinics this year have already been able to use the evidence of our engagement to demonstrate that they meet the level of activity required in serving the local at-risk population. And while we've already exceeded our initial goal for this year in partnering with 2 clinics in this way, our work will continue throughout the summer and beyond in order to increase our impact and reach even further with this successful model.
This year, we're also preparing to launch our most ambitious project yet. You see, as we've been scaling up our Mobile Fresh project and building the many activities of Real Healthy, we've been searching for a way to create a new model that brings together the best of our work and ideas in both the education and access sides of health.
We have been needing to invest in a bigger hub for increasing fleet of Mobile Fresh vehicles and the warehousing operation needed to stock it each day. And we have been wanting to show what is possible when we build a new solution from scratch, together with our shoppers, local growers, local businesses, and more.
You are looking at the future side of Local Fresh, the soon-to-be hub of operations for our Mobile Fresh and Real Healthy operations. Located within one of the highest concentrations of food desert neighborhoods in Riverside, this new grocery store is set to increase the efficiency of our Mobile Fresh supply chain and itself serve the surrounding community, including our new partners and built-in audience right next door at Grand Villa Senior Apartments.
When we hold our grand opening later this year, we're hitting the ground running with a kitchen and classroom to teach cooking and nutrition to local residents. We'll use the store itself for smart shopping workshops for families that are on a budget, and we're even setting aside a wide central aisle for local growers and food artisans to sell their fresh, healthy products. The convenience of a grocery store is meeting the social, economic, and environmental benefits of farmers markets in a single location.
We're taking everything we've learned from the past 4 years of running Mobile Fresh, the mentorship of Enactus partners from Walmart, Pharmavite, and Unilever, the relationships we built with area grocers and suppliers, all of it to ensure this new leap forward is a successful one.
We know it's an ambitious plan, but so is using a bus to tackle the root cause of food deserts, or using cows to close impossible livelihood gaps. So is the idea that college students would be able to commit to 10 years of sustainable impact over the immediate satisfaction found in a day or week-long project. In a world that tells us to accept these things as impossible, our team sets out to prove what is truly possible.
Because we are the catalysts, the foot in the door, the Energizer Bunny of impossible challenges. Where others have failed, we try a different way. When a hand needs shaking or a deal needs making, we're there. When we need a partnership to accomplish a goal, we are calling every single company represented in this room. And when a problem as big as a city will take a city to solve it, we bring government, citizens, and business together.
We are students who believe that entrepreneurial action can change the world. And we prove it every single day through the impact and sustainability of our projects. So yeah, let's add some music. Let's set big goals and share and act on the best ways to achieve them. Let's leap forward once again. And let's make every year and every day a chance to push ourselves further than the last.
Thank you, La Sierra University. Judges, you may now begin the question and answer period.
All right, this is related to India. So students from La Sierra drop into India, and presumably the government of India had to play some role to either support or impede your efforts. So what were those challenges, and were there third parties that helped you navigate some of the bureaucracy?
You're completely right when you ask a question like that. And in fact, it was very hard for our team at first. When we wanted to launch a 10-year commitment at the India Field Station project, we looked for three things. One, where we can have access to this community, whereas where a problem is going to come in. Two, do we have strong partners on the ground? And three, are there sizable livelihood gaps for our team to accomplish and change the lives of the people there? That access piece is really critical. So initially, the government doesn't let outside organizations bring money into the country. So what our team did is we created our own NGO, which is completely certified by the Indian government now, to help facilitate the transfer of funds from our team to the inside of India so we can run this project. And that nonprofit is called GEDS, and it's completely operated by our team. And we hire the people, local people in the area to work and help facilitate the cow loan repayments and everything else involved in the India Field Station projects. So that entire ecosystem is very important for our team to help facilitate such a big commitment. Additionally, those other 2 points just quickly, you need strong partners on the ground to help us operate these projects since we're not there 24/7. And additionally, you need sizable livelihood gaps. And when we're accomplishing those 4 operational categories inside of your annual report, those are those sizable gaps we're hoping to change for the communities we serve.
So this has to do with your second field station as well, so probably just expanding a little bit more. But I'm really curious about you guys expanding a little bit more on the $250,000 funding that you had to start that second field station. Thanks.
So the $250,000 donation, or investment rather, for our second India Field Station came from our partner, Dr. Dayachari, after we connected with him initially. See, our team knew that when we started the Denkani Kodai India Field Station, we knew that we wanted to expand on it. And so this year we finally, after a lot of work, we identified Chimoldari as an excellent opportunity for our team to expand. And as Joe was saying earlier, through our network, we went and we searched and we found Dr. Dayachari as an excellent partner in this project as well. Now the $250,000 is an investment in that community, and just like our Denkani Kodai Field Station, our team is going to be using that money to work on the Cow Power project, to work on our second Cow Bank project, and to implement other projects as well that are going to support those and empower the people of that community, just as is the goal with our Denkani Kodai Field Station.
My question relates to the footnote that you've omitted the balance sheet for Mobile Fresh and Cow Power, and the sustainability of those programs and how they're doing on a profit-wise seems to be conveniently omitted. Could you elaborate, please?
Of course. So that was a strategic decision made by our team. Since we attend, obviously, a university, if we had to process all of the funds necessary to run those social enterprises through our school, that would be very bureaucratic and slow, and it wouldn't help us grow at the rate we're hoping to do. So those balance sheets are operated separate of our team and not reported on the back of your annual report, but both of those models are completely sustainable. As you heard, Mobile Fresh has been sustainable for over a year. Our Cow Bank project continues to be sustainable as the loans are repaid and then given out. To this date, we haven't had a woman who's just dropped out on a loan and not repaid it. We get 30,000 rupees every day or every month coming back to the cow bank, and we're purchasing cows constantly. The 25 you heard about, that's a completely sustainable growth number where our team had no extra involvement this year in it. So both of those models are completely sustainable at this point in time.
What were the impacts generated this program year from cow power, beekeeping, and local fresh?
I'll speak to, you said cow power, beekeeping, and local fresh. Cow power, when we decided to launch our next field station, Chimildari, we're looking for a professional who could tell us the best way to generate energy in this new economy that we're going into. And so we received a prototype model. We analyzed the prototype model you saw on the screen, and we're now working this year to launch and expand a better version of that to implement in Chimildari. So no direct output this year. It's currently being built in Chimildari with a cost of $10,000 to our team. You mentioned beekeeping. We piloted that with 10 hives this year for 10 men, and we're also in contact with Nature Nates, the largest honey company or supplier in America, to help us get better practices so that we can expand
The question and answer time has expired. Judges, please join me in thanking the La Sierra University Enactus team. We will now take a 12 minute break. All judges should be seated at the end of 12 minutes so that we may resume the presentations.